Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast. With me, your host Imperial Dane. We're off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on Simoski. Yes, indeed, Simoski. We shall be watching Wolflite here fighting for the United States of America for the 1st Armored Division, rolling out here to secure this vital series of villages. A part of this, in preparation for a German counterattack already inbound under the command of CCarts, fighting here for the 15th Panzergrenadier Division. Leading survey with a bit of a lighter support for a nearby SS Panzer Division. Of course, noting he's immediately choosing the elite, well, the veteran rifleman company there. The CCarts going straight for special operations, yeah. And of course, we are seeing those veteran riflemen appearing on the field without training time or anything, and of course, only in this case, almost veterans too, straight off the bat. So that's quite the impressive start there for Wolflite, and that's only going to be a bit of a headache there if he pushes aggressively against CCarts, who is going for something slightly, of course, more standard. No super elite Volksgrenadiers off the field. Killing points left and right. Another unit running there, and by Jove! Also almost veterans too. Talk about some luck there, you lucky bastard. So Wolflite there will definitely be applying some pretty serious pressure soon upon CCarts' shoulders. CCarts, a veteran company of US players, in particular known as playing a lot Panzer Elite back in the first game, and known for some rather particular set of strategies. But the third Volksgrenadier squad there arriving for CCarts, point there being secured for Deutschland. The rather interesting note, he's actually rushing straight for the munitions right there. Definitely less expected. He could be setting up some sandbags here to make this a bit more defensible for him on one side, but apparently he's not going for that. In fact, spreading out. He's not, say, focusing down here. He's actually spreading out, and there we go, immediately encountering the veterans. Veteran 2 rifle already out in the open. He could make a rush for the building, but apparently does not, and Dieter apparently thinking they were making a way for the door, actually got cut down. That was rather unpleasant. I'm a bit surprised he did not go for the building, though. That was quite a surprise. Now he goes to Pioneer unit, actually managing to hold up one rifle squad. In fact, might be able to hold up 2 squads of riflemen. That might buy CCarts some overall time, in fact, if that's the case. Well, of course, he has to be careful, he doesn't end up losing the Sturmpioniere here to the Amerikaner. Looks like 2 Volksgrenadier squads setting up to take into the village. And we're noting a Kubelwagen out here for CCarts. That's definitely a bit more risky versus Wolflite's already veteran riflemen, which means they will already have anti-tank rifle grenades. Sturmpioneers holding up. Sadly, not really getting killed, and sadly, not really tying up the riflemen for much longer as the greater assault going in here from the Volksgrenadiers rather draws in more riflemen. Both of them now, by the way, veterans too. And in that case, suited for rather overpowering the Volksgrenadiers quite handily. This is a bad engagement here for CCarts team with the Kubelwagen. I don't think he'll be able to stand that much of a grand chance there. Mine engagement down here for echelon units, that's definitely going to be a bit more in his favour. Sturmpioneers need to consider falling back, and we're also seeing a lieutenant here for Wolflite. Kubelwagen here for trying to provide support for the frontline Soldaten. Pouring away with their MG34. And frag grenades also available, using a very aggressive early play there. And there we go, grenades going against the Volksgrenadiers. Doesn't do so much, although does leave the Volksgrenadiers a bit more wounded. In fact, there we go. CCarts is going to have to fall back here from the village, out sort of northern parts. That's why I can keep pouring it in. But he has managed to secure the munitions, also noting a mechanized regiment headquarters up, and immediately also setting about trading munitions for fuel. Could be why he went for this one, to sort of gain extra fuel that way. Not entirely bad there. Which might indicate he's got a plan either for an early Puma, or he, I suppose, could be rushing straight on for a Schwerer Panzer headquarters. We're seeing the Kuhlmann here covering the cut-off there with the MG34. And he's actually abandoning. He's going straight down for the Viewpoint here trying to delay. Wolflite's taking up, and that's not a bad idea in this case. We do see Lieutenant Penny already protecting this. Some sharp movement there, quick putting us up to that quick grenade there, but sadly he dodges it quite handily, though we do see Jack going down there. And the Volkswagen might want to consider getting out there. Schnell die Terran, we are outgunned. So there we go, troops reinforced, ready for the fight.
HMG squad, ready for action.
50 caliber also arriving here already. And once more losing connection to the fuel, and that's also losing connection to some of that fuel being traded in. That's rather unfortunate there for CCarts. There you go, Robin Point straight into the MG-34 mounted Kugelwagen. And there you go, rifle grenade going off there on the Kugelwagen, damaging the engine pretty severely. There goes, he might want to use the building a bit more there, I think, to sort of cover things out. In this case, running straight out in front of the veteran 2 rifleman. Not looking good there. We see another headshot here. Stielhandgranate. Doesn't quite do as much here. Not more support here from the Volkswagen. Back. This is pretty much a losing engagement there for him. Stormpun is still working on their own. I suppose to a certain extent they can pull it off a bit better if handled correctly. The question is if it might not benefit him more to sort of use them support his Volkswagens. And they've almost wiped out already. Catching it a bit close there, and another truck there arriving. No sign of anything coming out there from the Mechanized Regiment headquarters, Hauptquartier. Kein Flak half tack or any sign of a Puma. Also, a bit of manpower being floated. He's clearly got something in mind, which could maybe indicate he's actually going for a schwerer Panzer headquarters, and there's quickly following up with, say, Obersoldaten. Would certainly fit in with things, in particular since they've got special operations which really benefit Obersoldaten to a certain extent. And there we go, sending it up here. I would imagine to cover the fuel point, though he might want it a bit more forward here to sort of properly cover it. Still place versus the lieutenant. And this exchange is already going south here for CCarts as he falls back in the face of the lieutenant. And here we go, range troops might finally take a jackpot to the face and get out of there. There we go. Kugelwagen doing what they can, but it's simply getting shredded here by the 50 caliber. There we go. Kugelwagen was hardly known for its bulletproof capabilities. And up here the Storm Pioneers continue their game, playing a bit of a high-risk game there, CCarts. And the face-off Wolflite. Further engage. Oh dear, he's really pushing his Volkswagen a bit too hard there. Well, there goes schwerer Panzer quarters up. He could go for some Obersoldaten to quickly turn it side for the Reich. That would certainly be recommendable. Oh, Lieutenant here made a mistake. He got a bit too close to this jump and he's trying to close up the defense. And we saw here that CCarts was able to quickly push them back, although a bit of a close shave there. Floating bit of manpower, come on CCarts. Spend Somerset manpower, the Reich demands it. And we already seen here taking up here from Wolflite, getting the captain out. Bazookas and all in hand. Flamethrowers available. And BAR's being upgraded there as well. And there goes some manpower spent. Looks like the Obersoldaten might be on the way then. Rather common to a certain extent. Other players might go for Panzer Fusiliers or Fallschirmjäger, but clearly he's gone for something a bit different in mind, perhaps something with a bit of a longer term strategy in mind, of course. And so in that regard, the Obersoldaten do quite well if you can handle them correctly. Ravnia charging in. I mean, he's gone special operations by this stage. He ought to have access to the grenades himself, the infiltration grenades, which could really allow him to launch a lot there. But no, apparently not. Instead, here we see the Volkswagen getting absolutely cut down in the small woods here. Sneaking up here. Oh, he lost the entire unit. And we also see the rifle been equipped with a flamethrower. And I actually think he lost the Storm Pioneers as well. Captain took them down. And they lost poor Eugene in the fight. Damn Krauts. But there we go, the rifle pulled back here in the face of the Volkswagen over here. Needs to be a bit more careful. CCarts has rather extended himself already. Again, the sort of floating of manpower has left him a bit vulnerable. In fact, it's time to pop over to him. And we're noting he's also gone for a Lux Aufklärungspanzer and a Sturmpioneer unit here to replace the one lost on the way as well. And there you go, Obersoldaten. Taking up in the church, 50 caliber raking away there through the wooden interior. We do note that infiltrating grenade assaults are available. And there we go, 2 rifle squads, they're heavily equipped with Browning automatics moving in. Ready to lay down a good, healthy serving of lead on the Krauts. And this squad all looks getting close to getting wiped out. Looks moving up though, with its 2cm auto cannon. Same one as on the 222 scout car and such. And there goes tearing through with those severe echelon troops there. Forces might get wiped up, but there we go. Scout tank to the rescue. He's trying to move around a bit. He's basically a bit worried if opponent might find an anti-tank rifle grenade and wipe it out. So of course, moving about here makes it harder for the anti-tank rifle grenade to actually hit. Since like these sword anti-tank grenades, they do not home in. And there you got Orbital up north, falls away the captain and his friends. Shifting down further from south. And there we go, tank through the 50 caliber crew as well. A bit he's actually lacking something to do with the looks, and he in fact might have left himself a bit open here. Usually not expecting his opponent to either gone for a Puma, and he didn't say that, so of course he figured he's just going for lots of infantry, but again sadly underestimated him. He actually went for the looks. In this case the looks then might be able to land a bit of a helpful blow here. 5 kills already. Sturmpioneers with mines. He's clearly worrying about something like that from his opponent, though there's been no sign of an M20, and there's not really much else the Americans really let down. Of course, it also allows him to sort of repair faster, so of course that might have been a secondary thought. Also salvaging, good job there, good job there. Some players do tend to forget it, but clearly not Mr. CCarts. Ensuring more fuel for the Reich. There we go, the captain moving up already here. His entire unit is under some pretty hefty fire. Quick taking up precision in the shrubbery to try and dodge the shots. And there you go. Packhouse gets off one hell of a... Oh, a Fulton squad got wiped out rather rapidly. The lieutenant's tearing through them like a cleaver through cheese. Something like that. Or maybe it was down here where the flamethrower rifleman and the other chaps pour through here. Again, another attempt at the fuel point. CCarts playing an extremely aggressive game, actually. Rather extending as many cards and leaving his infantry in rather poor positions. Now, of course, this stood out, so overall, his looks itself will also be in a bit of serious trouble. So the question is, how will CCarts actually recover from this? He's rather been a bit reckless, if anything. Anti-tank rifle grenade just barely failed by the looks of it. 10 kills, there we go. Veterans you want, though he just needs to get out of there, in which case cautious movement is pretty much a bad idea. This is not the time to be cautious, just get us the hell out of here. I don't want to be Swiss cheese. And there you go, the lieutenant under fire. Bit of shots being exchanged, and there you go, still moving up. Sturmpioneers need to fall back, zurückfallen. Movements here, and a bit of movement there. The orbital line continuing. No further orbital line units on the way. He might want to consider some more infantry, if anything. And the Sturmpioneers very close to getting... Oh, they make it past the fence. Standing by. Slightly wondering here what CCRT is. Of course, it might be because he's trying to do so much with the single looks. He's rather losing grip of everything else. I mean, that can happen. And there you go, another orbital down unit on the way. Artillery fire going up here. The barrage ability of the pack howitzer, by the way, being rather effective. In this case, they were able to dodge it. These Panzergrenadiere of the 15th Panzergrenadier Division, having previously served in Italy, they were rushed over to be part of the Ardennes offensive, alongside a few other Panzergrenadier divisions and Panzer divisions and such. Luke's moving up here and actually engaging the Stuart, getting off a few good hits down the side armour. Nice chance for a bit of extra veterans, though of course the Stuart won't be having so much issue there with the Lukes in return. There we go, actually Stuart down to half health, there's a bit to occupy the infantry. So there might be a slight chance here of the Lux having a good shot. Then again, if he switches over to some blinding shots, he might be in a bit of trouble. But there you go, reassuring troops getting mowed down. Their big brown coat sadly offering little resistance there with 20mm artillery cannon fire. Slight force pushing up here, the Oberstlein remaining up here trying to sort of keep things open. And they're going anti-tank on the way, about time. Lieutenant still hanging about there. Clearly intent on keeping the Krauts off that close victory point there. In fact, most of the victory points are not in the hands of the Germans. Rifling up there, they might get off a tank take rifle grenade down the rear. Oh, there we go, that was a very close dodge there. And we're seeing very close victory too, and thus more accuracy and a high rate of fire. That would be good. That would be good. There we go, Veteran 2 is up. Veterans beyond the anthem rifle. There we go, grenade off in the Storm Pioneers. Picking up most of the unit in a rather gruesome display of violence. Panzerschreck upgraded, he's clearly a bit worried about the armour. He needs to retreat those. They are in a horrible condition. They can't really withstand much more fire. CCarts continuing pushing his luck. Like a mad gambler. There's clearly lost sight of the odds. Orbital down here in a rather bad position. In fact, on the wrong side of the cover. But there you go, engaging the riflemen up close. And in fact, might be able to get those riflemen. There we go. That worked out for him. One-on-one engagement with the orbital gun in particular, if you're not in a good cover, is generally not advisable. So there we go, a small victory for Germany. That was one squad down, about time. In fact, the Volkskriegs were lost against his yachts. Playing a very, very reckless kind of brutal kind of play, if anything. I mean, it's a bit surprising, really. His unit preservation is definitely seems a bit sort of weak this time around. And again, he used to be a reasonably solid player, though again, rather dependent on maybe some more mass strategies and tactics, for those that remember him. Okay, we have on the way. Orbital in here, a bit too slow to retreat. They could get wiped out if he's not lucky. And moving up. Oh, the anti-tank was actually rather poorly placed, or maybe the crew decided to want to sort of face that way. Either way, an opportunity here for the Lux to actually clear it out. And in fact, there we go. The assault hit drew away attention from the Orbital Darden. A small blessing, I suppose, for the Orbital Darden. Although, of course, it might end up badly here for the Lux Aufklärungspanzer. And they're going to tank and clear it out. That could be a small opportunity to actually secure it somehow, though he needs the troops. Could be an idea to train some Volkskriegs just for that purpose. Of course, he's still got plenty of manpower floating about there. He seems a bit unsure. Maybe, and again, he's just paying too much attention to the Lux and forgetting about the rest of the battlefield. Which I suppose is a choice, but again, it also maybe highlights a bit the issue with the Lux. You really need to manage it so badly that you sort of lose control of the rest of the battlefield, which again would indicate there's a slight issue there with the Lux. And sadly wasn't able to recover the BAR there. Battle Group headquarters up, by the way, so he's actually got every building up now. So it looks like very much he's aiming for the Panther, pretty standard.
Standing by. Send orders. Standing by.
Getting healing and enforcement. Good, good.
Make ready to move.
We are actually seeing here someone managing to sort of hold his opponent a bit off guard here. And there we go, Orbital engaging guard from getting there with flamethrowers and reaction on troops. A quick grenade assault might save the day here, but he might have to pull back in the face of this. Volley fire gun. There we go, grenade assault! Grenades landed poorly here. And there we go, forced retreat, although he did take a bit of a chunk there out of Wolflite's troops. And there you go, pushing up the sensor. And he actually got the steward. The steward wasn't paying attention there. For a brief moment, like Kenmeffer got it. And now everything's open here to the Lux. Although, there we go, recruiting the gun. Shifting away from that. Instead, shifting over towards here. Also, major ups armor might be on the way here for Wolflite very soon. He's still throwing manpower. I'm a bit surprised by that by CCarts. There we go. Pack howitzer utterly cleared out. Very close there to 20 kills. Orbital out north, really forcing where those rifles. In fact, he might be able to get another squad right there, which would definitely help CCarts a bit, since he's rather been the one bleeding out most squads so far. And there we go, there we go, there we go. Another Browning dropped, but the captain's on the way. The captain will save the day. There we go, two bazookas, and the main gun gets destroyed. But this Lux here has a chance of getting away. He's aiming for a command panther. That would definitely be an interesting sort of starting choice. Usually get the regular panther first, or at least I would, and then in the command panther afterwards. False goes on survey, a bit of infantry there. But obviously the main infantry fighting would be done here by the Storm Pioneers and the Obersoldaten. But there you go. Could he be getting the command panther? If so, he should get it now. And there goes Sherman arrives here for Wolflite. Come on. Make your decision. Holy hell! That was one hell of a Kennwerfer shot, taking out almost the entire unit. Look, Dieter, we are snipers. Nein, not really. We just firing high explosive warheads at the enemy. Works about just as well. The Kennwerfer though got lost. He might lose the orbital on here a bit. Again, trying to... a bit reckless there or something. Either way, an orbital down unit. And there's a veteran one wiped out. But there we go. Befehls Panther out. 12th SS. Panzer Division providing it with precious armor. Having a Hauptmann, or Hauptsturmführer leading the way. And there we go. Germany under fire. Meanwhile, also landing with the rifleman. Grenade there, not well placed though. Looks moving in as well. And there we go, Panther engaging from the north. No support though. And over back here to Wolflite. And by the way, time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is, I mean, Wolflite's overall looking with a much more solid force. I mean, in terms of kills, they're actually surprisingly close. I mean, while CCarts is losing entire units, he's still keeping out a nice deal of pressure there through his looks, but also to a certain extent the Obersoldaten. Although again, he's still losing entire units, which is not really good for him. Damage-wise, they're also pretty equal. The looks again rather perhaps having sort of brought things one zone. He's done alright with it, but now the Panther is also going to be adding a bit of solid damage in that direction. As for Wolflite, I mean, his situation is, well, the one that's probably the sturdiest. He's got anti-tank guns, support weapons, artillery, infantry, upgrades for it. He's got tanks. I mean, he's overall sort of got most of the advantages here. Though, of course, he could still end up losing it, and now, of course, the heavy armor is arriving. There's Obersoldaten out, and we've certainly seen him lose a few units here and there, so it's not exactly like he's safe, and in particular in terms of damage and kills. I mean, it's a bit close, so there's every chance of CCarts getting back. In that regard, I mean, he's seeing Panthers, he's seeing Obersoldaten. He should probably expect the regular Panther to sort of bag up the command Panther, and he might consider getting at least one Jackson. Then again, he's gone for this, so getting some easy 8s might also be an idea. Though maybe supported by Jackson. So that's a little thought there for Wolflite. Some more weapons there for the rifleman might also prove quite helpful. I mean, he could also get off an white phosphorus smoke barrage, though I don't think there's really any sort of suitable targets for that. Of course, one thing you could also consider, and that of course is slightly more fun, is actually getting an M20 now and laying up anti-tank mines to the right spots. I mean, catching a Panther and that could prove to be very, very dangerous and lethal for CCarts. Panzerkampfwagen. Another thought could also be just be getting, say, some extra anti-tank guns, slinging them down the right places. That way, adding a bit further pressure towards CCarts armor. He should also recover that MG, but otherwise, I mean, there's not per se so a lot of drastic things that need to be done. He just needs to sort of bulk up on armor and also a bit more infantry. And again, with that, BARs would do well. Sort of that way, hawk down the Obersoldaten. They're definitely going to be a bit of a pain in the ass if they are led to roam free, in particular with the assault rifles, if CCarts ever goes for that. For CCarts, I mean, he needs to rebuild his infantry, no doubt about that. He's losing way too much then. He needs to be a bit more cautious in that department. Then again, his over-eager strategies, reckless, I mean, to some extent, are working for him. But he can't keep on working for him forever. But more infantry, more Obersoldaten would be an idea, and certainly upgrading at least one of the squads with a infrared SGG-44 package would not be an entirely bad idea. That way, keeping up things. I mean, you should also maybe focus a bit more around here, so secure that area, and otherwise, you know, keep attacking from different angles. And also, you know, now this guy looks at a command Panther, work the looks with the command Panther, sort of take advantage of its command aura. That way, getting a bit more out of the looks further. In particular, if we can get some high veterans in that command Panther, I mean, that's really going to benefit the looks. So that is also a little thing there to consider for Mr. CCarts. Though of course at the same time he has to be careful with it, since it's not exactly going to be something that will have a long lifetime here, considering all he's facing, which is anti-tank guns and larger tanks. There's definitely a few possibilities there. That looks going up in the flame pretty rapidly. But back to Wolflite, back to the fight here. German already forced to fall back. Infantry blocking the way there for the Panther. Panzer Kampfwagen needs to pull back. Just in case. Covering the northern road. With the Volks going to setting up the plan. There we go, going for the BR, going for the BR, but already taking heavy fire there on the middle of the road. Not got their artillery fire going in as well. They're getting absolutely shredded. Need to fall back there, so Rückfahrtenleute. At the same time, Luke's attacking here from the rear. Going away, need to be careful, need to be careful. Oh dear. A bit too slow to turn. There we go. Sherman moves in, gets a killing blow. Luke's set on fire in the middle of the village. No survivors. And there we go. Looks like another Scott could go down. Could go down. No, no. He makes it. He makes it. Damn close though. CCarts force is looking awfully small at the moment, awfully exposed. And the Panthers rapidly pulling back for repairs. A bit of quiet there, a bit of a series of nasty engagements though, rolled to the advantage so far of Wolflite. And of course, I mean, he does have a slight advantage in terms of attrition because again, he can easily replace them with more veteran troops, and again, it's to a certain extent the sort of advantage of rifle companies like sort of easier handle squad wipes because again, you could just call in another veteran unit, meaning you're not hurt as badly because of it. Looks like a bit of air reconnaissance there going in from the good Major. A lot of fire there. Sadly did not take it down. Bit of a lot sort of quieting down. Missing another Obersoldaten unit. For CCarts und Deutschland. Ambulance also pretty close to the front here to provide healing and reinforcement. That's not bad, in particular the anti-tank and could definitely do with both. And even the 50 caliber, so very nice move there, though of course puts in the ambulance a bit more. Oh, mine going up, mine going up! Oh, that was wrecked before it was finished. But at least it didn't wipe out the storm pioneers then. First goes moving north there. Again, he's playing a rather high stakes game there with his infantry, as always. There you go, Befehlspanzer ready to move once more. He could consider, by the way, to use take aim here on the anti-tank and increasing its range and line of sight. Ooh, there we go, Robin getting the Obersoldaten. No, they're themselves out in the open, which is very much the advantage of the Obersoldaten, in particular at long range. Very poor engagement right there by Wolflite. And instead, what we saw there was pretty much just a massacre. So that was, in that regard, a bit of a mistake there by Wolflite. There you go, Son take up position in the church, going to fire down that there on the exposed units here. Very good, very good. Anti-tank could find itself wiped out. Though we are seeing a lot of fire returning, a 50 caliber artillery fire. Oh, even the Major shooting away there. Sherman up as well, the Obersoldaten will have to quickly fall back here. The raid has failed. Zurückfahren, Leute! Get out of the church! Now command Panthers covering the northern folks. Now there's another Obersoldaten standing up. There you go, getting the pack house again. And there you go, anti-tank and firing away. Again, take aim could have helped a bit more, particularly in conjunction with the Sabot rounds. But no. Apparently not for him. But there you go. Obersoldaten shooting up past the Raketen there. I thought that might give that a good shot there, the Sherman. They said it's a bit too long and then setting up. And there you go, Sherman E8 moving in. With a bigger gun. And apparently it also has more armor than a regular Sherman. Technically though, it really shouldn't have. Though I suppose there were some crews actually modified, the Shermans I believe, with extra armor one way or another. Maybe welding on more armor plates they got from somewhere else. I believe it wasn't that uncommon, I think. This certainly highlights how unhappy they were with the armor situation. And the Kenwerfer got knocked out there. Probably a good strike there from the officer. Calling in a favour there. There go the EC8 rolling in. Panther being repaired. Troops reforming. No, he actually saved the Kenwerfer. By the looks of it. Well, that's not too bad then. Now the Volkswagen's done some rather serious something getting there with this Sherman up close. 50 cap on the way as well. Territory sort of still shifting back and forth. I mean, there's no real sign of any sort of overall defensive strategy. It just seems to be just sort of, you know, launching strikes, and he's constantly trying to sort of feel out a weak spot and then launch it into as much damage. I mean, he's a very high risk, high reward kind of strategy he's playing at here. Oh, nicely done. He's predicting them about, and there you go though. CCarts was paying attention there. That could have been very ugly. Very high risk right there.
An infantry unit.
Looks like another unit went down there. Versus Reich.
We're losing a capture point.
Panther covering everything like Raketenwerfers, Infantry. There's no sign of an upgrade here for the Obersoldaten Kein Sturmgewehr. And we're now seeing 3 Obersoldaten squads. And in particular with the losses that Wolflite suffered, that might be a bit of a help there. Raketenwerfer firing right though, misses, and there we go. We actually seen coordinated fire there from the Command Panther, allowing units to be more. And there go Veterans for increasing range. Sadly though, the Panther did not move to sort of help further shooting up. The Obersoldaten needs to retreat, zurückfallen. You're down to 1 man. Ah, scheiße here. CCarts is pushing his luck beyond what is good. There we go, Obersoldaten unit wiped out. That was definitely a bit senseless there by CCarts, I have to be honest. We're keeping out the pressure elsewhere. Panther striking in there versus Sherman in the centre. Kenwerfer pulling back as well. So it would be a waste to lose a veteran 4-1. Points down there being secured, troops reinforcing. CCarts though is actually holding a large chunk of the map with a rather diminished force. I mean, that's quite the feat. And certainly Wolflite seems to be a bit more on the defensive now, which is only to the advantage of CCarts when he has to hold the entire map. But again, he is losing a lot more infantry than I'd be comfortable with. And in some regards, it just seems like, you know, it just happens for no good reason. There we go, they're clearing out buildings to ensure the Germans can't hold them up. In fact, he switched over to high explosive rounds to sort of do the job better. There goes Solano on his own. Oh, the end, they had to reload the MU-34. That's bad, and there we go. Closer getting wiped out there. Zurückfallen. Oh, scheiße. There you go, almost gave them a good thrashing. In fact, gave them a pretty good, but a pretty fatal one. Did not happen. And there you go, second Panther arrives here for CCarts. Something for the Command Panther to actually command. Ooh, looks like another EC8 on the way.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Oh, there we go.
Crew ready.
So larger armoured force now mobilising.
Enemy infantry.
Volkswagen is exposed.
Ready. Go ahead.
And there you go, Volkswagen squad wiped out. Needs to be a bit careful here, CCarts. He's rather doing it over and over again. He's leaving his men too exposed. There you go, Panther attacking from the north. Command Panther moving in through the village. Ooh, almost got it there. I think he'd move up, stand to move up there. Well, there you go. Easy hit moving in. Nice hit there from the Panther, covering the northern part. If you just coordinate with the southern centre Panther, he might be losing some serious damage and knock out one. Easy, and there we go. Easy in a bit of trouble there. Infantry rather close to the Panther. Kenwerfer also moving up. This could turn out here for Wolflite. He's not careful. In fact, Propagandacast is CCarts. And there you go. Veterans run for the Command Panther. Almost got the Sherman. Almost. And once more, the pack house is getting exposed and probably cleared out. And the rear echelons continue to hang out here very close to the Panther. Not the wisest idea, to be honest. More and more orbitals are arriving here for CCarts, just more heavy veteran Panzer Grenadiers. Veterans of Italy and Sicily. Men who already stared down the Americans and all their equipment and gunned them down despite of it. Looks like something went kaboom there. Engaging the infantry up close there with machine guns. Lovely work.
Crew, get ready.
And again, back to reinforcements there.
It's time for action.
But Wolflite, I rather feel, is much too defensive at the moment. He's actually ought, I mean, considering the foresights, I mean, of CCarts, he ought to actually be much more aggressive, but he's constantly being defensive here, which is only allowing CCarts to, again, you know, use his smaller force to his advantage by concentrating it where he wants, which is exactly what he really shouldn't be allowed to do. So in that regard, Wolflite is making a considerable strategic mistake here in how he's approaching his opponent.
We have secured the target. Ready. Standing by for order. Panther, ready to move.
That's only giving CCarts time to sort of figure out things and sort of attack again and again and again. Again, the flamethrowers here. Burning away those damn krauts. They go forced retreat. Right past the cemetery, which has remained largely untouched. And there go veteran retreat for the anti-tank gun. And again, if you only want to use take aim. Meanwhile, making all the move here. The Kenref are covering the orbital dart in there. Good job, good job. Again, making smaller efforts here with much more elite infantry supported by armor. And there go the ambulances on fire with the Panther moving in here. Taking advantage of all the effort here. Good job, attacking from some angles now. Easy 8 here in a bit of trouble as well, although it has reached veterans one Panther tank here, but coming under fire from the anti-tank gun. He should switch over time, piercing around to sort of really get through with it. Oh no, man, he was cleared out there. Orbital on themselves, close to getting murdered. And there goes Salt going in there, but Kenref was not able to quite properly cover there. Making good use of the terrain then, the building's good, and there we go, moving about. He should have actually set up in the building, maybe. So there we go, Orbital wiped out. Nice counter-attack there by Wolflite. Punishing CCarts for not considering the terrain properly enough. And there you go, Veteran 2 on the command pump, increasing accuracy in nearby units. But another serious setback right there. Oh, there we go, rifle unit crushed against the building. No mercy to the armies. No mercy. But his forces are definitely overstretched here, but he's again basically remaining very much in the offensive. There's no very little defensive spirit here. He's just keeping attacking, trying to fight units he can sort of quickly wipe out, and that way slowly bleed his opponent out. In this case, of course, he's hoping to rapidly do it, but at the same time the losses he's suffering is rather delaying that. And that's really, I think, you know, the sort of major issue that CCarts is doing. It's his strategy is too aggressive, and it's rather resulting in too high losses to sort of really make a sort of quick, clean blow like he's probably hoping to do.
It's time for action. Prepared for action.
So that was something to consider sort of fixing in the longer run. And there you go, Infrared Sturmgewehrs on survey. Mit the Vampir. But crossing the terrain here and there. And again, we are seeing here that Wolflite is pretty much permanently on the defense, and he's not really setting up a very good defense. We're not seeing anti-tank and recruit defensive fields of fire being set up or anything. I mean, overall, he's only giving the advantage here to CCarts. Further artillery fire. But there you go, armor is exposed here, the west flank is. He might be able to push through with his tanks there. Although command tank already spots them. Shots fired. Anti-tank gun not there to really support. Easy 8 tank heavy damage. Legend 1 for it though, which increases rate of fire due to the radio net. Sherman here needs to get away. Oh dear! Panther here took heavy damage. Looks like the anti-tank was a crew bazookas are firing it. command tank in a better situation as well. He might be able to get the Panther in. There we go. Rear armor hit. One more shot. One more shot. Anti-tank gun to make. Captain needs to move. Oh, the anti-tank gun got cleared out here by the officer. Well done. Panther blown up. Now the German just needs to get away. Schnell zurückfallen. Get out of there, Jerry. Either way, not looking good though. He needs something to cover it. The German needs it. He's not there. His one chance is maybe to just pop off some smoke here. No, he's stopping up. He's giving up. He's giving up. Oh, shit. No, he's doing... Oh, that was a massive mistake right there. Massive mistake. He just either moved on or popped some smoke first. In any case, he didn't really do either. And that rather gave the Panther their golden shot to actually buy about a veteran T3 Sherman. That was a massive mistake right there and a massive loss there by Wolflite. A great tactical misjudgment, which was only to the advantage there of CCarts. Because in the end, not only did Panther survive, he got a veteran T3 Sherman. Had that veteran T3 Sherman been pulled back then for repairs, that could have caused a much more greater amount of grief there for CCarts. And the 15th Panzer Grenadiers, so that was definitely not a good move there. Second Panther on the way.
Crew, get ready.
And only a small platoon has really been sort of dispatched, although rather piecemeal here to the front.
Time for action.
Lots of pioneers on the work on the Command Panther and Veteran D2, thus providing an accuracy bonus to weapons of the tanks, which is good. Though, mind you, none of the veterancy bonuses from the Command Panther actually apply to itself,
Ready to provide support.
only to nearby, tanks. Albeit, I mean, a veteran D5 it applies to all units, though still not itself.
Panther, ready to move.
There we go, rolling ahead. And we are noting here that Wolflite force after this engagement is heavily depleted. Anti-tank guns soon all over the place. His forces are extended. Again, that call of judgment was not really good. And now we're seeing here that CCarts strategies in the longer term, despite his mistakes and flaws, has rather paid off. The constant aggressive play again, sending Wolflite on the defensive zone really helped him.
We're ready. Send orders. Prepared for action. MG-42 mounted and ready.
More pack houses fun there. Actually, he's salvaging the anti-tank gun straight under the nose here of Wolflite. Almost wiped out there. Keeping up the fight. Church is looking ready to collapse.
It's time for action.
There we go, recruiting the anti-tank gun. And charging straight at the Panther. Now that's definitely not how you do it with EC8 when you're dealing with Panthers. Maybe Panther 4s. When it comes to Panthers, you definitely don't want to engage them like that. That's very much only to the advantage here of the Germans. Getting another looks there. Back to Wolflite. Damage wise there, but still now we're actually seeing a kill advantage, so it's sort of slightly more solidly, albeit marginal for CCarts. Panther pull back, Command Panther turning away, and there go grenade on the opposite line. Oh, shite, they retreat straight into it. And meanwhile, the other force moves up, they're clearing up the anti-tank gun, a bit exposed on the flank. The flanks of that were very unguarded, and again, that's really where CCarts excels. Unguarded flanks, exposed positions, he goes in there. Like some kind of horror movie villain who just seems to know every weak spot and take it back. Go through it. There you go, just charging through here. EC8 about to get blown up. Jackson is finally on the way, but I can't help but feel it's too little too late. And there we go, Wolflite surrenders. Game over, a victory for Germany. Albeit rather close at some point. I mean, again, the reckless play to some extent that CCarts went through in several cases rather put him very close to defeat. Sadly, though, again, Wolflite was not really good exploiting minis. He was not good exploiting sort of those points. And again, you know, overall, in fact, the way that CCarts kept playing that is the very aggressive play, in fact, seemingly intimidated Wolflite, sending Wolflite on the defensive. Despite having the superior force, the constant attacks there, despite, you know, suffering heavy losses, actually forced him back. So, I mean, in that regard, there was some very aggressive and, again, a sort of different playstyle there we saw from CCarts. I mean, it's definitely not something I'd recommend for a novice player. That to a certain extent does highlight, you know, sometimes, you know, you have to sort of be able to sort of call your opponent's bluff, if you will, which rather never quite happened for Wolflite. There was also, again, you know, I mean, several times, you know, more armor and, you know, didn't quite fully use it out. And then again, you know, allowed CCR to sort of flourish slowly but surely. Also, his defenses were all not the strongest. Sometimes weapons were too far apart or blocked by buildings. I mean, there were some issues there really for Wolflite, which again allowed CCRs to rush through and quickly take out some units, particularly in that early anti-tank, and they're pointing in the wrong way. Rather gave an indicator that he had some issues actually setting up support weapons very well. I mean, the 50 cab here, for example, was not really well placed either. I mean, that's something that Wolflite needs to work on, setting up support weapons where they can sort of properly support and not easily be cleared out in the same point. He also, I think, could maybe try to use the incendiary rounds here and there, but also, you know, I think either going for a Jackson or maybe going for some anti-tank mines could have benefited a bit. I think that could have caught a Panther, making it a much easier target. And again, you know, if you have an anti-tank and get eventually use take aim, it's a really great ability. That's also something to keep in mind there. But overall, very interesting fight there. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something from it. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay of your own or provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.